Exalt Adonai and bow towards God's holy mountain. Adonai, our God. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu, B'hishtakavu lahar kadsho, ki kadosh, Adonai Eloheinu. Page 20, we sing together, Mizmor LeDavid. Mizmor LeDavid, Avul Adonai, B'nei Elim, Avul Adonai, Ha'oz, Avul Adonai, Kevod Shemo, Ishtachavu Adonai Behadrat Kodesh. Kol Adonai Alamayim, El Hakavod Hirim, Adonai Almayim Rabim. Kol Adonai Ba'koach, Kol Adonai Behadar, Kol Adonai Shover Arazim, Vayashaver Adonai et Arzei Halvanon. Vayarkidem Kemo Egel, Lebanon B'Sirium Kemo Ben Re'emim. Kol Adonai Chotzev Lavodesh, Kol Adonai Yachil Midbar, Yachil Adonai Midbar Kadesh, Kol Adonai Yechole Ayalot, Vayechasof Ya'arot, Uvakelo Kulo, Omer Kavod. Adonai Lamavul Yashav Vayeshev Adonai Melech Leolam, Adonai Oz Leamo Yitan, Adonai Yivarech et Amo Vashalom. Page 21, L'Chadodi, with the imagery we have of the Shabbat bride coming in, and we welcome her with song and with joy. L'Chadodi Likra Kala, B'nei Shabbat Nekabela, L'Chadodi Likra Kala, B'nei Shabbat Nekabela, Shamor V'Zachor B'Dibor Echad, Ishme'anu El Hamuchad, Adonai Echad, Ushmo Echad, L'Shemol Tiferet B'Lid Ilah, L'Chadodi Likra Kala, B'nei Shabbat Nekabela, Likrat Shabbat L'Chuven Elcha, Ki Makor HaBraka, Merosh Mikedem Nesucha, Sof Maaseh B'Makshava Tehila, L'Chadodi Likra Kala, B'nei Shabbat Nekabela. We rise, face the back of the room. We go to the last paragraph on page 22. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam v'simcha uvsohola, toch emunei am segula. Boi kala, l'chadodi likra kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. You be seated. We say to those who are mourning, Amakom Yimechem Achem Atok Shavlis Yom Yerushalayim, may the Holy One, blessed be He, care for you, as all the other mourners for Zion and for Jerusalem. On page 23, let's read responsibly. It is good to acclaim Adonai, to sing your praise, exalted God. Each morning. Your works, Adonai, make me glad. I sing with joy of your creation. The thoughtless cannot comprehend, the foolish cannot fathom this. Your enemies, Adonai, your enemies shall perish. All the wicked shall crumble. The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree. They shall grow tall like a cedar in Lebanon. Planted in the house of Adonai, they shall thrive in the courts of our God. Ojininu Misheva, Shinimranim Yu, Lahagiki Ashara Adonai, Tsuri, Velo of Lahatabo. So I've been with the congregation now, this will be coming up on 5 months at the end of this month. The time flies, right? So I want to share one of my philosophies. I have to tell you the philosophy in a story, though, as all these things go. Some time ago, I was doing a officiating at a funeral. It was at one of the old cemeteries out in East LA, Beit Davi, on Downey Avenue, if you know where that comes in. And it kind of intrigued me in that, like, the person we were remembering was a fairly well-known person at the Jewish home. She had an awful lot of friends, an awful lot of connections, but East LA was a schlep for everybody. Nobody was this wasn't going to happen. So I'm counting noses, and including myself and including the guy from Kebra Kedusha, there were 8 of us. What do you do? Okay, option A, go on, and option B is not go on, right? Because you'd say, oh, we don't have a minion, we can't do A, B, C, D, and E. My philosophy was our responsibility is to those who are right in front of us. And to say to them, listen, we can't do Kaddish for your mom, we can't say Amalei Rachamim for your mom, didn't make sense to me. And I called upon it this way. I said, we're sitting here in the middle of a very old Jewish cemetery. There are lots of on-scene witnesses right here, and we're going to count them today. So today, as you look around the room, we know everybody here, I'm sure, is blessed with the ability to count to 10 in some language. So, Mark, let's go the easy way. How many people are watching us tonight? Okay, we're good then. So I'm thinking of it this way. 2, 4, 6 of us. Plus, we have 3 Sefer Torahs. We're good. We're good. So, my friends, with that, knowing that somehow, some way we have a minion, we're able to proceed, please join me on page 28. We rise for the Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Hu Adonai HaMevorach. Le'olam va'ed. Praised are you, Adonai, our God, who rules the universe. Your word brings the evening dusk. You open with wisdom the gates of the dawn sky, designing the day with your wondrous skill, setting out the succession of seasons and arrange the stars in the sky according to your will. Adonai Tsevaot, you create day and night, rolling away light from before darkness and darkness away from light. Eternal God, your sovereignty shall forever embrace us. Praised are you, Adonai, for each evening's dusk. V'mavriyonu mevi laila, v'mavdil b'nyonu vein laila, Adonai Tsevaot Shemo, El Chai v'Kayam, Tamid El Kolenu Le'olam Va'ed, Baruch Atah Adonai, Amariv Aravim. Let's turn to page 29 and sing together the blessing before the Shema. Avat Olam Beit Yisrael, Am Chavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu, B'sholfeinu v'kumeinu, Nasiach b'chukecha, V'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, Uv'mitzvotecha, Le'olam va'ed. Tichem chayenu v'orech yamenu, Uv'ahem negeh yaman v'layla, V'avzasad himimenu le'olamim, Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev amo Yisrael. On page 30, we cover our eyes. We recite together, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, v'chol levavcha, v'chol nafshecha, v'chol meodecha, v'hayu hadvarim ha'elef, asher anochi mitzavecha, HaYam al levavecha, v'shinantam levanecha, v'dibarta bam, V'shivtecha b'veitecha, u'lektecha v'derech, u'shakbecha u'kumecha, u'shartam leot al yadecha, v'yulatotafot beinenecha, u'ktav tam, al mezuzot beitecha, u'visharecha. Bill, can you read the English for us? You shall love Adonai your God, please.
You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. And these words which I command you this day, you shall take to heart. Teach them diligently to your children, and recite them at home and the way, night and day. Bind them as a sign upon your hand, and as a reminder above your eyes. Inscribe them upon the doorposts of your home and upon your gates.
Amen. We continue silently to the bottom of page 31. Leman tiskeru vasitem ekol mitzvotai vaitem kadoshim lelohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeti etchem mieretz Mitzrayim liot lachem lelohim ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem emet. Continue silently on page 32. Emet b'emunah kol zot v'kayam aleinu ki hu Adonai Eloheinu ve'in zulataho. Malchuto baratzon kiblu aleihem. Moshe u'Miriam u'vnei Yisrael lecha anu shira simcha rabah v'amru kulam mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai mi chamocha nedar ba'kodesh norati lo tosef eleh Akutecha ruvanecha ukeyam lifnei Moshe Ze'eli anu v'amru Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed v'ne'emar Ipada Adonai et Yaakov ugalo mi'ad hazak mimenu Baruch atah Adonai Gal Yisrael. Page 33, we have that prayer that I do so fervently, that prayer for both peace and for a peaceful night's rest. Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim, v'pros aleinu sukkot shlomecha. Let's read together in the English. Help us, Adonai, to lie down in peace, and awaken us again, our sovereign, to life. Spread over us your shelter of peace. Guide us with your good counsel. Save us because of your mercy. Shield us from enemies and from pestilence, from starvation, sword, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, O God, who watches over us and delivers us. Our gracious and merciful ruler, guard our coming and our going. Grant us life and peace, now and always. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Praise to you, Adonai, who spreads the shelter of peace over us, over his people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Ushmor seitinu v'einu l'chem l'shalom me'atah v'ad olam, v'pros aleinu sukkot shlomecha, Baruch atah Adonai, Aporei Sukkot Shalom Aleinu V'al Kol Amo Yisrael Ve'al Yerushalayim. Chetzi Kaddish, page 34. Yikadal v'yikadash Shemei Rabbah V'yamad Yibrach Yerutev Yam L'chmalchutei L'chayikon V'yamechon L'chay L'chol Beit Yisrael V'agalav Yisman Karev V'imru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevorach V'olam Homeo Maya Yivrakish Tabaki Parvatraman Vietnase, it's Hadar, it's Alev, it's Olaf Shmid Kudisha, the Elam in Kobarkata Vishirata, Vishpakata Nechamata, Damiran Bialmavim Ru. Amen. Silent Amidah, pages 35b through page 40, we rise. Ose Shalom Bimromav. Yaseh Shalom Aleinu. Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Imru, Amen. Yaseh Shalom. Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu. Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom. Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu. Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Imru. Amen. Page 48. Kaddish Shalem. Yit Gadal v'Yikadash Shemei Rabbah v'Yamal Dibrak V'Ritev Yamlek Malchutei v'Chayet Kon v'Yamlek Kon v'Chayet Kol Beit Yisrael v'Agalav Zman Kari v'Imru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevorach v'Olam Yid Yivrak Yishtabak Yiparva Traman Yitnaseh V'Yitadar V'Yitalev V'Yitolal Shmei Dekudesha Leila Mikobar Chata V'Shirata Tushbekata V'Nechamata Jamiran Biama Vimru. Amen. Tichabel Sokon Varukon, the Kosho Karaba Bohundi Shmaya Vimru. Amen. Yeshlam Rabin Shemaya, Vakaimalenu Valkol Yisrael Vimru. Amen. Ose Shalom Birama, Kuyase Shalom. Alenu Valkol Yisrael Vimru. Amen. I don't want to do this. Let's make Kiddush, and then we're gonna discuss for a little bit. Page 49, Kiddush. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzav banu, v'shabbat kodsho v'lo ratzon hinkilanu. Zikaron Namaste Bereshit, Yom Tefillah, Lamikra Kodesh, Zecher Litziat Mitzrayim, Ivanu Bakarta, V'Tanu Kidashta, Nikohanim, V'Shabbat Kodshecha, V'Ahava Ratzon, Baruch atah Adonai v'kadesh HaShabbat. Amen. HaYam. Mark, if I take a chair down in French, will it still be visible?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well, we should be. Yeah, I just noticed that Ron has his phone facing out towards me, so I can tell what time it is. And he's wearing a modified set of tefillin on his hands, it looks like. A couple of things I wanted to talk about. Let's go to the first one. Internationally, Friday nights, actually, let me back up even a further step. Friday nights, I tend to make more topical, more current event-y. Saturday morning, I tend to make more parshanut. So tonight, a little bit more topical. What was the big news in Israel today? It was not so much. Good. One more person came. Actually, it wasn't even an Israeli citizen, actually, but another hostage did come home, and we're grateful for that. Okay. No. These are sadly human remains. There's one more person still unaccounted for. That's, let me help you out. It's not so much that it's a major event; it's more a symbolic event. What is the major song contest that goes on in Europe every year? Eurovision. Very good. And in and of itself, some of the world's worst music comes out of Eurovision. It has become just some genuinely bad music. Though I will say this, if you use the magic of YouTube, you can find some of the entries from Israel back from the 1970s and 80s. Some of it's kind of cheesy, but it's fairly decent music. But in the last couple of years, Eurovision has had some amazingly bad music. And Eurovision in recent years has become amazingly political, which is always the opposite of what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be this idea that culture brings people together, song brings people together. Who doesn't like music? No, not so. That's interesting. So Ron made the observation that music is not popular in the Middle East. I have to tell you this. Our Arab cousins like music an awful lot. On my phone, I will own that I have several songs in Arabic. Get Judy to tell you the story of when she fell in love with me. It wasn't my singing something in Hebrew, it was singing something in Arabic. Sir. Oh, okay. No, I don't. That's interesting, Ron. I don't think so. I think that music is something that transcends. I think music is such a great memory trigger. Okay, if you there are two major memory triggers. One is sound. So if you're watching a movie and they want you to believe that it's 1965, they start playing some song from Motown, and you believe. They want you to believe it's 1955, they start playing some Buddy Holly, and you believe. Hey, what's the other big memory trigger? Smell. Scent is a huge memory trigger. That is why the perfume industry makes money hand over fist, because they want the guys to associate a certain scent with. Anyway, I digress. Eurovision was the big thing before Eurovision this week was, should Israel be permitted to take part? There was a major movement to have Israel kicked out. It failed. It failed. The announcement came out that the vote was not in favor of excluding Israel. And now 4 nations have already declared they're going to boycott because of it. Spain, Slovenia, the Netherlands, and I'm missing somebody. No. It wasn't Canada. I'm missing somebody, but it was 4 nations so far. No, France is still in. I said it was a very symbolic thing, and I'm glad that the vote went that way. Music and culture should bring people together. The Olympics, another great example of what should bring people together. Even in ancient times, when the Greeks were at war, they would stop the war in order to have the Olympic Games. So I kind of get that idea. So I was very happy to see that motion failed and that Israel will be taking part, and they'll take part in the world's cheesiest music contest. So I was very happy with that. What was that, Lynn? Uh-huh. Who sang it? Okay. No. I have to say, by and large, Eurovision is not great music in recent years, but as I said, we'll have to watch and see. What is the most important thing a leader or a manager in a company does? What is most important a leader or a manager in a company does? Hey, listen, nice. Not what I was looking for, but it's also nice. Set a good example, closer to what I was thinking of, but honest. Honesty is overrated. Well, no, I'm kidding. Motivation is interesting. So, because you know what the challenge with motivation is? One size doesn't fit all. But if you're a longtime sports fan, who remembers, besides Mark, who remembers Walter Alston? That's right, Dodger manager back in the 50s and 60s. And he was called the quiet man because he was a very quiet style. Who came after him? Very, very loud guy. That's right, Tommy Lasorda. Okay, the polar opposite type. So to motivate, not everybody responds to the same thing for motivation. Some people are very motivated by dollar reward. So those guys and gals do very well in a commission job. Other people, they don't want to work that hard. They'd rather have a salary job and just know that I'm going to get paid X dollars no matter how hard I work, and they're okay with that. Everybody does a little bit different. So those are all elements. But I'll tell you the thing that I think is most important: a leader creates environment. A leader creates environment that allows their staff to succeed. A leader creates environment that allows their staff to succeed. So in a volunteer group, the let's use men's club as an example, Ron. The president is a busy person, but the president can't be doing every other person's job. He's got to create an environment where those people can do their jobs and succeed at it. When I worked in banking, I discovered as operations manager, I didn't need to be the teller, but I needed to create an environment where my tellers could be properly trained and do their jobs effectively. Create that environment. What makes me think of this? Who saw the results of the election in New York for mayor?
Well, we know what the results.
Okay, so his name, of course, is Mayor-elect Mondami.
Yeah.
Okay, how many people are concerned about this?
I heard something about that. I heard something that I don't know if it's true. About that he may not actually. They're going to take it away from him.
Nah, he won the election. He won the election fair and square. Oh, okay. Let's see. Let's do disappointed, then we'll do angry. Why are you disappointed? Hold that thought about what was your first thing? You just wanted that he won. One of the things about democracy, you have to offer the people alternatives. And I think that was one of the challenges in the New York election, is that people didn't feel like they had two good alternatives to pick between. I think also in a lot of recent presidential elections, we've felt the same way. And I think that's a major issue. But you're right. It's okay it's legitimate to be disappointed in the outcome. I think the challenge for us as citizens is to create a system where we get real bona fide options. Why are you angry? Oh, that is strange, isn't it? For a man who is so unabashedly, that's interesting. He definitely does. I'm going to take this in steps. I don't have an issue with somebody who's pro-Palestine if that means that they're in favor of Palestinian nationhood and creating peace. If your definition of being pro-Palestinian is that from the river to the sea, we have nothing to talk about. Okay, from the river to the sea means the violent destruction of Israel. I don't play along with that. There's nothing to talk about. If you would say to me, I want to talk about what peace looks like, I'm all ears. I'm willing to have that discussion. But if somebody's thesis statement is from the river to the sea is Palestine, we have nothing to discuss. I'm worried more than I'm angry, to be candid. I don't think that Mr. Mondami is going to do anything that's going in and of itself that's going to be so upsetting. But to your point, Ron, things that he wants to do from that progressive social standpoint, you're right. He's got to deal with his own not city hall. We just call the guys who were elected the city council. Thank you. He's got to deal with the city council. Things don't happen by magic. They need to be funded. So you want to provide free this and free that. Money's got to come from somewhere. So I think that a lot of these things, you're right, they do sound nice, but they're not doable. The thing that I worry about, and I think we saw a little bit of, was at Park Avenue Synagogue where we had the picketing a week ago. Does that sound right? That's going to get worse because he creates that environment. It's not that I think he in and of himself, but this is where people who are further out feel empowered to do things. And that's what I worry about. A discussion Judy and I have over dinner and over breakfast. Yes. Exactly. Ron Freeman said he creates the tone that such actions are okay. That's what scares me. That sooner or later, here's your Hebrew phrase of the day: "Chas v'shalom." Means it would be something like "heaven forbid," or as my grandmother would say, "kinahora." Okay. I think there's going to be a kinahora situation that's going to happen because people feel they have permission or that it's permissible, and that worries me more than anything else. Uh, same idea, same idea. You have protesters protesting that the Wilshire Boulevard synagogue is providing services to the Korean American community in the neighborhood. Ridiculous. That's just hate on display on its face. Has anybody here ever been to Wilshire Boulevard Temple?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so where Wilshire Boulevard Temple is located now is very much Koreatown. The uh, where they're at right now is very much Koreatown, and they've made a lot of outreach to the world around them, creating services for the community from healthcare to childcare. When you have people picketing that type of thing, when they're talking about um, security for businesses, and the protesters are complaining that the guy doing the teaching is Israeli, that's just hate on display. It's no longer about advocating for Palestine. It's just hate on display. And that's the thing that I worry about again too, is that people perceive that this is permissible. I didn't mind. I could get behind the idea that people have the right to protest, but as that one person said at Park Avenue Synagogue, we want to make the Jews afraid. That's the step over the line, and that's where I agree, and that's where I worry about the environment being created to allow that. Let's see. I'm always a big believer in ending these discussions on a happy note or on an upbeat note. Hang on there, Brenda. What is I call it? We used to call it the wow of the week. The wow of the week. So, what's the best thing that happened this week? All right, I got one. I'll come back to you. Okay. Who's been to Kaiser? Okay. How much fun is that? Okay. I was trying to get a prescription filled. This is so mundane, but it's sometimes like the small victories in our modern lives. Um, it was for a shampoo that I had used before, a medicated shampoo, but the prescription had fallen off my web page and I thought, okay, I'll send an email to my primary care, who sends me a note back saying, I can't do this. You need to go through kp.org through the call center. I tried calling the call center, and I got stuck in that rotating thing, like, press one, press two, press three. If you don't know what you're doing, press four. I couldn't get it didn't work. So I was at Kaiser for something else. I thought, you know what? I'm going to go into the pharmacy. And I was so surprised. I was in the pharmacy at 3:25. At 4:15, I had a text saying that my new prescription was available for order, that they had gotten through to somehow, some way. The pharmacy got the author magic. Oh, I accept it. They got the approval from the appropriate doctor, and it was ready to go. And I could order it online, and they deliver it to me by mail. And I said, deal. I don't have to deal with the Kaiser parking lot again. But that was my wow of the week, a minor victory in our modern times. Lynn? Nice. And it looks marvelous. And it looks marvelous.
The funniest thing is, I was at the doctor yesterday, and he's going to send me up for a referral for a physical doctor to look at my neck problems. And while we're still talking, I get a call on my phone. I say, I'm not taking that. I'm here doing this. So when he was done, down the hallway, check what he had typed in. That's who was calling me.
Wow.
Physical doctor before I could do anything.
That is service.
They were calling to set an appointment.
That is service. Mark? Nice. Nice. I like that. Mazel tov. Good. We're making progress.
My granddaughter herself is doing well, and she keeps sending me pictures of the oldest one that's with her. And the three of them together.
This is good. This is good. Brenda, we're back to you. We stalled long enough.
Okay, well, my dog is being healthy.
Okay.
He's just being a better kid, but yeah, that's a very good.
I like that. I like that. All right, I have to do one more note. I was having the miracle of social media. You can post something and people comment on it. So Ron Freeman, I have to give him credit, reminded me of something. That even when you're complaining about item A in somebody's behavior, that's not licensed to ignore the positive things they have done also. I think that door swings both ways. You can't overstate the good and you can't ignore the bad. You have to give credit for both.
But it's also better to be a priority.
Okay. Okay.
What is really important? I overlook the first thing, the tough talk. I overlook that.
We're going to come back to this.
Yeah, I know.
We're going to come back to this, but that's another day. But you know, we can only solve so many of the world's problems in one session. So we're going to go from there.
I can do it. Listen to me. That's it.
Ah. We remember this week the following yard sites. Arthur Kerbel, father of Bunny Kaufman, Zichron Libracha. Bayless Reuben Resnick, husband of Ruth Resnick. Marianne Wayne, mother of Anne Sperber. Thank you. May their memories be for blessings, Zichron Libracha. All those who are in mourning, all those observing yard site, please join me on page 52 for the Mourner's Kaddish. Yit Gadal v'Yikadash Shemei Rabbah Yamah Dibrach Yerutev Yamlik Malchuteh V'chayechon V'yomechon V'chayet Kol Beit Yisrael V'Agalah V'Zman Kariv V'Imru Yehesh Rabba Mevorach V'Olam Omei Omaya Yit Barak V'Yishtabach V'Pa'ar V'Troman V'Yitnaseh Yitadar V'Talev V'Talal Shmei Dekudishah the Ela Miko Barkata Vishirata, Tushbachata Vanechamata, Domiran Bialma Vimru, Yehesh Loma Rabba Min Shemaya, Vakaim Alenu Val Kol Yisrael Vimru, Ose Shalom Biramav, Kuyase Shalom, Alenu Val Kol Yisrael Vimru. Amen. My friends, no service is ever complete without the announcements. Now, it always kind of intrigues me. Every congregation does this, Brenda, so it's not unique to Congregation HaYam. The first thing it says on here is, welcome to Erev Shabbat services. We're done. So welcome, everybody. I'm glad you joined us, but they all begin that way. Upcoming services, tomorrow morning right here, 10 a.m., live and live stream will be right here. Friday, December 19th, Erev Shabbat services at 7:30 right here, live and live streamed. And on the 20th at 10 a.m. live and live streamed, that'll be Cantor or Chazan. Mike Stein will be leading services for us. Just a quick heads up, January 2nd, we'll be doing it on Zoom. January 2nd, that's Friday night at 7 p.m. will be on Zoom. And Saturday, January 3rd, will also be on Zoom. Remember to check our website for the calendar. Community Hanukkah candle lighting, Sunday, December 14th. Join me on Zoom. This should be interesting. We're trying to figure out how to do this in my household. And the other thing is, Judy has decided to invite all the grandkids over that night. So it should be a lot of fun. Hopefully this will work out. Our Musar class program continues with our friend Fran, December 11th and 18th. There'll be a community candle lighting for the 5th night of Hanukkah also. Classes Classes resume on January the 7th. This upcoming week on December 9th, join me at 7 p.m. online. We're going to be talking about Hanukkah history, folklore, light, all the fun stuff. That'll be on December the 9th, 7 p.m. Ritual and board meetings will take place Sunday, December 14th. So 10 a.m. on Zoom, followed will be the ritual committee meeting, followed by the board meeting at 11. All are invited to attend. Non-members of ritual committee and those not on the board, please email Brenda for the link. Birthdays this month. Kathy Spencer, December 22nd. And if I don't say my birthday, does that mean I don't get older? No, it does not work like that. But my birthday is December 30th. I joke my parents got me in just in time for tax purposes. I'm sorry? Yeah, I'm telling you. Anniversaries this month. December 16th, Arlene and Jerry Davis. How many? Anybody know? How many would that be? How many would that be for them?
I'm sure it's way up there. It's got to be up there.
Okay,
Huh? A lot.
a lot. Okay, I can work with that.
We don't have them put their years.
Well, for anniversaries, it would be more.
Yeah, we'll go from there. My friends, before we adjourn for some, please join me in singing Hatikva on page 395. Kol od balev panima nefesh Yehudi homia lefate mizra kadima ayin letzion Sophia od lo avda tikvatenu Hatikva bat shnot alpayim lihiotam chafshi be'artzenu Eretz Zion Yerushalayim. Shabbat shalom, everybody. Shabbat shalom.